Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd show you a quick update on the Skaar carrier. Been working on multiple different areas in the interior and stuff like that. So to start with, this is the room that was done last video. I did tweak out the front side of it a little bit and a couple things I think, but other than that, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I kind of like, I got the generators out of this generator holder area right now, but I thought it kind of looked neat. And maybe I'll find an alternative place to put the main generators of the ship when you first get it, because I like this weird light thing going through there. Nice upgrade slot. Or maybe I'll just throw the generators in there and call it a day too. I'm not sure yet. So as you come up this way, this area was all in blocks and not finished last time I showed the ship. This is kind of what the front side of that generator storage area looks like. I had this big gaping pit over here, and it was suggested in the comments to turn it into like a trash compactor of sorts. I did exactly that, and that's kind of what it is. Even if you accidentally fall in here, you can climb out again by leaping on here and catching the elevator and jumping out of the pit. So I didn't really know what else to do with it. I thought about having like a shield part, which I could have fit in here, but I wanted to do all those together on the other side of the ship, so I didn't really want to use it for that. Then over here you've got one of the cafeteria areas of the ship. It's got kind of two floors on it. So you got your lower floor, and then there's if you walk over here, you can walk up to the upside or the the upper deck of it. Which I thought was kind of neat because you get kind of an overlook at the surrounding areas at least, and it's got a window up here. So that's kind of why I split it up into two decks. And then there's kind of a weird hidden room up. Well, I won't say hidden, but a room I got to figure out what I'm going to do with on top there and how you're going to get to it. And it might be part of a secret or something. I'm not sure. I'm going to pull that one off quite yet. So that was it on this deck. Let me go to another part of the ship. Let me get out to a hallway here. Show you some other areas. Now I haven't done anything more with this corridor too much in this section. A couple little tweaks. I think I did a quick revision to the lighting again. This is where that pool was that I showed last time. I did add some green to the pool as well, trying to make it look as gaudy as possible. So yeah, there is that. If we continue on down this way, it kind of gets a little bit more unfinished. Well, a couple more rooms here. There's there's a crew room here. Nothing special going on there. It does have a door here. I wanted to use a regular door, but the door frames angle out above across the edges, so I could not actually fit that. So I went with a ramp instead. This area here connects you to an outer balcony, and in the last video too, it was suggested that I could also run 24 of the small solar panels in addition to the 24 large solar panels that I already had. So I was like, yeah, okay, and it worked just fine. So I did that. So it's got 48 solar panels now. And what I did is I set up another section of solar panels above the other section of solar panels, and I laid these all sideways so you can kind of see them through the metal grates over here. And this door actually just goes out. This is one of the exit points, one of these weird little balconies off the side of the ship. There's got a lot of them all over the place. So that's what that room's about. Now this area completely largely unfinished yet. What I'm working on here is kind of a pathing interchange area. So it connects out to this side. It's setting up a way going straight across to the other side of the ship, and then a staircase to the lower hallway that kind of runs right below this section. So now they kind of link up, and I kind of want it to do that kind of in the back of the ship too, so you can get around a little bit easier. And I worked out this hallway. This is kind of walking in front of these the lower solar panel areas, and don't mind the blue lighting in here right now. Once I get the pool lights on sensors, that blue will fade away and won't be seen there anymore. But I was pretty happy with this little chunk of the ship here. This it's a 2-block wide hallway. I'm chopping into the ceiling, but that's really it. It's got a couple lights and stuff, but I was really just trying to tweak it out to make it look really kind of busy and detailed, considering it's a really pretty small little block chunk there going on. So let's see. When we get up here, so plans, future plans on what's I'm sort of thinking about for this front area of the ship. First, we have this kind of little pathing interchange, I guess, or staircase. There's a bridge over here that's going to go straight across, and I was thinking about leaving a gap here, just open to the hangar below, and I'll do the same, probably the same shape formation on the front side of the bridge. So I know it's wasting space, but to be honest, I don't care. There's a lot of space. I'm not super worried about it. But this is going to tie into some more stuff here. So we're going to have a bridge, and then it's going to kind of trim around on the front side of the bridge. And then this area up in here, I plan on having a gladiator fighting pit arena. It's not going to be super big. And then there's going to be a jail cell right over on the side over here. And that is kind of my current plans. This has to get in a little bit of a more Skaar lore, where their legal system, you got to think that these guys are like Mad Max, kind of like tattooey Mad Max people. If you get in trouble, say you're a member of the Skaar faction or whatever, and you get in trouble with or piss somebody off above you in rank or something like that, you'll get thrown in jail. Okay, so I don't exactly know what the laws are. You know, a lot of these guys are thieves anyway. It's, you know, what they do. But the legal system is not like a court. Like if you get accused of something and get thrown in jail, you're in jail. You can gain your freedom again if you win in the fighting pit. If you lose in the fighting pit, you're dead. So, end of story. If you win, you get your innocence back. Doesn't matter if you're innocent or not. And essentially, it's very much tailored towards tough people that can fight well or have a longer life expectancy. And that is kind of the rule of law for Skaar. So, fighter or gladiator kind of pit over here. This area over here, I plan on putting in a lot more crew rooms and things like that. It's going to need a lot of those kind of things. Up here is going to be kind of the, I believe, the main like mess hall area in this general section, kind of towards the bow of the ship. Then, of course, you're going to have a jail over here. A lot of these areas on the other side of the ship, on the front part of it, are going to be more crew rooms and things like that. And then back over in this section here, I plan on having a lot of Reforged Eden shield upgrade parts and things like that going on here with some more engineering stuff. So beyond those areas, there's also this big open area on the center, and then all the shops coming along the flight deck here. So all these different buildings are going to have interiors. Some of them are going to have 2 floors to them. And then that kind of ties in with this internal hallway over that I kind of showed already. Even my plans for this, I even got this kind of planned out where I'm gonna bend this hallway. I think I'm gonna angle it like at a 45 degree that way, have it kind of walk along the back sides of the shops into this area, and then eventually, again, you know, probably tie into more crew rooms and things like that over in that section. You can kind of see some of these extra solar panels. These are the ones that are not really visible from inside, and I probably will just seal those off unless somehow that can play into some kind of visuals. Maybe I'll put grates there or something. Might look better than just walling them off. But anyway, I think that's where I'm at right now. One other comment too that I can understand where you came from, but thought the Skaar faction were brown in color, and it has to do with a lot of times I'll show these. You know, their planet type that I would associate them with would be like a desert or wasteland planet, and often this color scheme with the lighting on those planets makes it look more brown, and that's kind of the thing. Now where I'm at right now, this is just pure white light. I mean, and you can take a look at like another Skaar creation too. It's the same color scheme pretty much. It's done a little bit differently, but that's general take on the colors. So it's not really brown. It's really more of a gray. Really just different shades of gray, a little red in the mix. And it's very, especially the interior areas, it's very, very heavily dependent on its lighting environment, because that totally makes changes the looks of things, and I with the red lights and the gray lights pretty much. Um, so yeah, other than that's where I'm at right now. I've got a lot more to do yet, but every day I've been trying to like just keep on pushing the interior forward. Eventually it'll get done. Eventually it'll get done, and hopefully sooner than later. But I'm not trying to rush it either. I'm trying to like get a lot of detail into every area that I'm touching, and just work on like one area or maybe two different areas at the same time, which I've kind of been doing, until it's done and tweaked and things like that, and then move on to another area, and then trying to pre-plan out kind of like I sort of have a plan for what I want to do up along the whole bow area of the ship at this point in time. So I kind of have a mental path to follow, but I didn't really lay out any of the pathing for it, because I kind of prefer this ad hoc method of doing it, or kind of doing it on the fly, like looking down a hallway and it's like, what would I like to see happen next, rather than kind of, oh, there's got to be a hallway right here and that's got to be a room. Right now it's in flux, and this allows for unusual things, kind of organized chaos on the interior, and that's exactly the look I wanted it to have. One other thing on this ship too that it's kind of a bit of a learning experience from past ships that I made is the scaling of things. And that is like if you go back to a lot of the older ships, often they have kind of wide open, big, tall ceiling rooms and things like that. And when you're walking through there, you kind of feel a little out of proportion often to certain areas of a ship. So what I've been trying to do with this one is have lower ceilings, kind of a little bit more dense in here. So when you're walking through here, you feel proportionally correct to the surroundings. And that's kind of a factor, and that's why it's got so many different levels and so many different rooms and things going on, especially in this section. I can't believe the amount of actual spaces and locations going on this side of the ship. It's really thick full of stuff across that whole area, multiple different levels and floors and rooms all over the place, and it was a lot to fit in, kind of, and not that I guess it's kind of a big area, but I mean, proportionally speaking to the total size of the ship, I've really only been addressing so far this area like up and above here and a little bit in the back of just this one side of the ship. And there's already probably 20 some different rooms and hallways and things in that area. And the other side's going to be more but different. So anyway, I just wanted to show you a quick look at the ship on where I'm at. If you got any ideas for features I could add in, I'll definitely consider them. I mean, now's the time too. Like I was told about the solar panel thing at a perfect time, and then I was like, well, before I continue on, let's add those other solar panels. So now it's a done deal. I don't have to think about it anymore, and it's got literally the best possible solar power you could create on a CV within at least part limits. So anyway, you all have yourself a great day, and I'll talk to you later.